Happy Wednesday. It's Dr. Abby Connell with Carolina Hearing Services here for our weekly Facebook Live. Thanks to everybody that's hopped on so far. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late starting today. It's been a busy morning here at the office. Anyway, what are we talking about today? Today, we're going to go over what is happening when you first get your hearing aids. So you finally made the decision to go get your hearing checked and you've purchased your hearing aids, and now what? Now you're like, okay, wow, everything is pretty loud and I'm not used to hearing all of these sounds. So I'm just going to offer a few really helpful tips to get you through your first couple of weeks. Every time I do a new fitting, I tell everyone, your first 2 weeks are your go with the flow time. Make things make noise. Everything makes a sound. But what's really interesting about your hearing that's very different from your vision is that when we don't see clearly, we know right away. Things are blurry, you have to hold the menu out a little bit further. That's been my issue. And we're very quick to go ahead and get reading glasses, regular glasses, LASIK, whatever we need, contacts, and boom, we see clearly. The hearing system doesn't quite work that way. Our brains have such a strong memory of sound that we can look at something and think about the sound that it makes. So for example, I just happen to have a pen sitting right here. I can actually click the pen, open and closed, and someone with even a mild hearing loss might not hear that sound, but in their brain, they know that that makes a click. So they'll think they're hearing it. Another great example is the blinker in your car or the turn signal. You have to physically click it to turn it on, and you see the light flashing, so you think it's going on and off, on and off, on and off, even if you don't hear it. I can't tell you how many times people pull out of our parking lot and say, I didn't even realize I wasn't hearing the turn signal. So the point of all of that is to know that with your hearing system, you're not just going to get your hearing aids turned on day one and hear like you did when you had normal hearing. It just doesn't work that way. Those hearing nerves in our brain that are not working very well, they're kind of sleeping, and they're pretty happy sleeping. So when we all of a sudden stimulate them to wake them up with hearing aids, they're not thrilled about it. And so we have to ease those hearing nerves back into regular full-fledged use. And so over the course of the first 30 days of using any hearing aid technology, your audiologist or hearing instrument specialist should be seeing you at least 2-3 times. Typically, we'll do an initial fitting, and then we'll see the patients back 1 to 2 weeks later so that we can automatically fine-tune. Hey, Jamie, welcome. So we want to be able to keep up with the brain so that we can fine-tune those settings and keep up with your hearing nerves as they are acclimating and retraining to recognize all the sounds around you through listening alone. So that's why I tell everybody, make things make noise. Go with the flow for your first 2 weeks. Don't worry if you're not hearing and understanding everybody perfectly. Your brain is hyper aware of all the sounds that it's been missing for so long. So we need to give it time to ease back into hearing. Another really great thing to do during that initial 2 weeks is to read through your user manual. So typically hearing aids are going to come with a little accessory kit. They'll have cleaning tools in there. They'll have little cases, typically some replacement parts. So like I said, go with the flow, kind of chill out, read your user guide, become really familiar with the technology that you have. You may read about things like volume controls or how to Bluetooth to your phone. And so any questions that you have, that's a great time to get really familiar with what you just purchased, because you can really give your audiologist or hearing instrument specialist great feedback on things that are working really well for you, things that you heard really, really well, some things you might feel like you didn't hear very well. And the more information that you can provide to your hearing healthcare provider, the better. Because I'm going to be listening and asking a lot of questions to find out how you've been hearing over your first 2 weeks, because I'm not only going to automatically make some changes just to keep up with your brain, but I'm going to want to fine tune so that I can optimize your hearing system so that you are hearing the best you possibly can with whatever technology that you're using. So it's really important to give your audiologist as much information as you can so that he or she can really help to make sure that you're always hearing as best as possible. And always communicate with your hearing healthcare provider. Because if you don't tell us that it's not fitting right, or it feels funny, or things sound weird, or whatever, we don't know how to fix it. So just remember, hearing aids are not like glasses. You're not just going to get the right prescription on day one and hear perfectly forever. Your brain is going to need to reacclimate to all the sounds that it's been missing. And I'm here to help make sure that I keep your hearing aids programmed and set the best you possibly can. So, with that in mind, remember a few key things. When you first get your hearing aids, make sure that you read through your user manual. Make things make noise around you. You really want to get those hearing nerves functioning fully as quickly as possible. It's a great idea to also read out loud. A lot of people are not even used to hearing their own voices as they should. So the more you read out loud, the faster your brain gets used to hearing your own voice as well. Make a list as you're going through your initial experiences for the first week or two. Make a list of things that you noticed that you weren't hearing before, or things that you would like to be hearing better. That's really going to help to make sure that your hearing specialist or audiologist is going to be able to really optimize your settings to keep you hearing as well as you should. Most importantly, have patience. Patience is the #1 factor in getting used to wearing hearing aids again. When you think about even just putting the hearing aid on, it's not something that you do every day. So when you're trying to learn, whoops, I just busted my little demo there. See what happens on your live? So when you take your hearing aid and you're getting used to just putting it on your ear and getting it into your ear canal, it's not something that you've typically done before. So nobody expects you to get it right off the bat. You want to get used to how to take it off, how to put it in a charger, how to change batteries. So you don't want to be worried about how you're hearing. You want to just get used to getting it on every day, making sure that you have a fresh battery or a charged battery. If you are Bluetoothing to your phone, then you want to get used to how to adjust the volume, how to stream, all kinds of great things. So trust me, your hearing healthcare provider is there to make sure that you're hearing the best you can and that you're getting the most out of your hearing aids. So the more information and feedback that you can give to us, the better we can do our jobs to help you hear much better. So those are just a few little tips and tricks to really get you through your first couple of weeks with your new hearing aids to make sure that you're keeping up with the brain, waking back up all those hearing nerves, and making sure that you're hearing the best you can in all your listening environments. As always, feel free to give me a call here at the office, Carolina Hearing Services at Charleston, South Carolina, 843-556-4327, or you can always email me at aconnell, that's ACONNELL, at audpractice.net. That's AUDpractice.net. I hope you guys have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday for our next Facebook Live. Bye, everybody.